Greetings everybody and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier out here in Bellingham, Washington for Life Force Ninjas qualifier. Massive shout outs to our course designer Jaden Welch for designing one of the greatest courses that I personally have ever seen in the Premier Series. It's been absolutely amazing so far and I cannot wait to see what he has in store for the teen, female and male divisions. Right, my name is Billy Dixon, everybody. I am joined alongside American Ninja legend Travis Rosen on the mic here today for the teen division. And Travis, you were here for the kids. How was it?
Billy, it was such an exciting competition. In fact, it's been great all weekend long. You totally said it right that this course has been incredible, very inventive, creative. Obstacles and combinations put together. Seen some incredible performances this weekend, and I expect this teen division to be no different.
Absolutely. The teen division throughout the entire Premier Series this year has been absolute peak, and I'm very excited to see how it's going to continue with one of my favorite gyms ever created, Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington. It's going to be brilliant. All right, let's have a look at how the rules are going to go and how these athletes actually got here for the Premier Series. So, we've taken the top 25% of all athletes from the World Championships and their seasonal standings, and we have also taken them through to here for the Premier Series. They've all gotten an invitation. It's brilliant to see everyone out here for the Premier Obstacle League out here, one of my favorite competitions ever in the Ninja realm annually, the Premier Series. This also goes for a couple of international athletes as well from Canada, the UK, Israel, and Australia that have also come out for the Premier Series as well. So for the courses that we have today, we've got two. We have the placement course and the challenge course. For the placement course, if you fall or run out of time, your run is over. Simple as that. And the challenge course is going to consist of 2 retries per athlete, but you can only use a retry once on an obstacle. So if you take to an obstacle first time around and you fail it, you can then go ahead and try it a second time and also try it again. And if you clear it, you can carry on with the rest of your course run. And then with both of the courses here, they have purposes, of course. The placement course is going to be seeding the run order for the challenge course. If you get first place on placement, you're going last on challenge to see more people run. You've earned that right. And for the challenge course, it ultimately determines who is going to be qualifying for the Premier Series Finals on November 22nd and 23rd at Motus Ninjas in Lee Summit, Missouri. Based on the top 4 athletes in every division for the females and the males, they will all be going out to the Premier Series finals this year at Motus. We had their qualifier a couple of months back, and it was absolutely amazing to see the difficult courses that they put on there and the athletes that crushed it. And we're gonna have even more courses and even more athletes to be seeing how things work in the grand scheme of that final. But Travis, here we are currently for the teen division. How are we feeling? We've got 13 amazing athletes coming out here for Life Force.
Yeah, it's going to be a great competition this session. Only have 4 females though, so it's going to be in their hands if they want to get to the finals at Motus. All they will have to do is in the challenge course, the second course that they will run, is get past the 3rd obstacle. But for the males, we have 9 competitors, so it's going to be a lot more competitive. You know, they're going to be wanting to get a spot to the finals, plus hit that buzzer and hopefully get first place. So it's going to be an exciting competition. We're going to see some amazing ninja performances.
Precisely so. The competition has a lot of stakes out here for the Premier Series, a very competitive field out here at Life Force. It can be literally anyone's game. We've got a couple of people who are in the top 10 of the teen division at the World Championships this year as well, and I'm excited to see how they can pull through on 2 courses like this designed by Jaden Welch out here for the Washington competition. And we're now going to be getting a demo run out here, getting ready to go to see what the placement course has to offer.
Yeah, it's always good to see a demo runner because these athletes have not seen the course yet. And sometimes there's little variations in courses between divisions. So this is great for the athletes to see this.
Absolutely. We can see them entering the box now and exiting obstacle 4. Currently a massive send over to a disc, and then some rings going into times ticking, which is a TikTok obstacle. This is where the run can be made or broken, essentially, because if you carry your momentum correctly into times ticking, you're basically sorted. If you move along through the crisscross laches in a solid manner, this is where time can be a bit muddled up, but regardless, we can see, oh my goodness me, so we have a bit of a difference here. You're gonna have to go from a bar into the skateboard on sliding into home. Formerly, it was just a platform for every division before it, but now they really need to channel in their balance when they dismount from a bar like that. That's crazy work.
Yeah, very technical in nature. There's so many different types of ninja skills required on a course like this, not to mention going fast without making a mistake, and that is so difficult. But the way the sport of ninja has been evolving over the years, that is definitely the direction it's been heading, going super fast. So a lot of these athletes train like that all the time, going quickly, but it is gonna be a challenge for sure, and they're gonna have to be so dialed in and focused and bringing their A game for sure, Billy.
Absolutely. I am really excited to see how the teen field is properly going to perform on here. We have 3 Canadians out here, all of them being in the teen female division, which is ultimately what is going to be starting off our division here on the placement course. We're going to be starting out with Mackenzie Burwash out here, coming out of Surrey, British Columbia. And she's going to be at the start line very shortly, getting ready to go to set the precedent for what this placement course has to offer in the teen female division.
Yeah, it's always tricky being the first competitor because even though you have that demo course run, it's not the actual competition. And those demo runners, you know, they're used to these. They helped develop and put together the obstacle courses, and they're used to it. So for the competitors, they've not been up here. So being that first competitor is always very tricky. Everyone's going to be watching you to see what technique you use, what worked, what didn't work. And we've seen it though, Billy, where that first competitor still comes out and crushes it, getting one of the top spots. So anyone's game.
Precisely so. It really is anybody's game. We can see anyone, particularly in the teen male division, come out with one of them top 4 placements. It really can be anyone's game, but it looks like we're going to be getting started with our first runner, that being Mackenzie Burwash out here on the placement course, going to be setting the standard, setting the tone for how this competition is properly going to go. And a large placement course, going to be coming through a lot of speed needed here, and I'm excited to see how it's going to start out.
Yeah, definitely. Speed is the number one point here. And the placement courses are always fast, always known for speed. But this course that has been put together here at Life Force It is exceptionally fast. 45 seconds time limit. You cannot make any mistakes or take extra swings even. That might be the difference between hitting a buzzer or not. So really, really quick, these athletes have to know their strategy ahead of time so that there's no wasted moments out on the course. And we'll see how many buzzers we can get, Billy.
Absolutely. I don't know the odds, honestly. Throughout most of the divisions over the course of this weekend, we've only had like upwards of like I believe the maximum amount of buzzers we've seen on a placement course this weekend has been 5, but we're going to be seeing how many are going to be produced out here. We're going to start with Mackenzie Burwash coming out of Surrey, British Columbia, setting a fast precedent out here on Sonic Curve. Going to take a backswing, getting ready for the wall run out here.
Yeah, I really like her sense of urgency, not wasting any time, knowing that she's gonna have to keep it moving if she wants to hit the buzzer and get a top time.
Indeed, so she's entered the box, and now she's going to be exiting it with a large jump. Oh no! The whiff of the hand from the ring from the ring to the disc. Oh man, that was tough there. Just a small whiff like that, ending her placement course run. She was moving all right up to that point, though, to be fair.
Yeah, she was really looking good, but it just goes to show one little slip up and you are done. And that's the thing with these placement courses, very unforgiving, because if you have one fall, you are done. Or even if you touch an area that is out of play, your run is over. So no retries like you get in the challenge course. So these athletes have to be super careful. It's that risk reward. How fast do I want to go without making a mistake?
All right, then. Savannah Salinas, one of the most famous athletes in the teen female division, a name I'm very much well aware of, coming out of Nevada in the Ninja Lair. They have a solid team that come out here for the Premier Series down in California, as is often the case with most of the West Coast out here. They all go over to Life Force, the biggest gym in their proximity, and Savannah's moving through at quite a solid pace, coming into times ticking.
Yeah, she's looking really good. She was one of the athletes I was most excited to watch in this age group, but taking a little bit of extra swings there, that's going to cost a little bit of time, but let's see if she can make it up. She's looking good right here, Billy.
Here we see her moving through, getting a large backswing on the swing ladder, and is now coming along on the final line here of balance, but this is where things are going to... Oh, no! Goes out of bounds right before the final slider right there. That is unfortunate. So close. Oh, man.
Yeah, she was looking so good. It almost looked like she had so much speed, maybe even getting a little out of control, and got one of those feet placements a little off, and it just got her balance a little off, and she just missed that box right there. She was looking so good. I thought she was going to hit that buzzer. So close.
Super close there. But then again, we have seen athletes come from a failure on the placement course and go on to do amazing things on the challenge course. And I'm excited to see how Rory Raymond is going to come through here, coming out of Canada. Ooh, okay. A bit of a stumble there, but still made it through. Coming through, starting Ninja in 2023. She's been a part of Fitset Ninja out here on the Canada side of things, and she's come on through very well there. Ooh, nearly didn't need any backswing there, but really close.
Yeah, she's looking good. There's been a couple extra movements, looking a little hesitant at times when she maybe needs to fully commit, but she has still been able to dial it in and gather her wits, and she's still moving.
Here she goes on time's ticking. Time really is ticking out here. 15 seconds. Ooh, nearly could have gone there, but is going to take a backswing and try and adjust herself. Coming into the crisscross laches on this swinging ladder. Large backswing needed. Time really going to hit it now. Come along onto the roundhouse area, but now time comes out just in the middle of around the bend, and that's going to put Rory in second.
Yeah, it was still a really solid run. She did take some extra swings, like we said, but she kept just salvaging the issues that she was experiencing with, and she still almost cleared that course. She was so close. Good run from Rory.
Precisely so. Time really does matter on a placement course like this. 51.57 through the crisscross laches. A very good job there. But with that, we're going to be moving on to our final teen female competitor and our final Canadian in the group. We're going to be moving on to Jordan Robertson out here, 5'1" in both height and wingspan, 119 pounds. Started Ninja in 2018. Her ninja nickname is the Georgie Ninja. She loves to do ninja, but also loves to read. Her goal is to read 120 books by the end of this year, and so far she's read 97. She also enjoys writing and can skip 4 rungs on the SAM ladder, one of her favorite obstacles. Oh, wait, what the heck? She had to run across the side of the wall and went on the black mats. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for Jordan straight away there. That means she's going to be running first on the challenge course. Unfortunate there, mate.
Yeah, that is definitely unfortunate. You know, she's going to be frustrated. Hopefully she'll use that to come out even more ready and more motivated than challenge course. But we've said it all season long, Billy. That's why mental preparation is so important, because it's hard when you have this new course in front of you. You really have to make sure you know exactly what the course is, what's in play, what's out of play. And we see some of those mental lapses happen often with some competitors. So really, really important to know what the course is, but I think she'll come back ready to go.
Right then, starting out with the teen male division, Riley Allen Wandel, coming in out of Traverse Fitness in California, coming out of Oakland, has competed 7 times throughout the season, and he's putting that experience to practice right now. Going to try and shift his momentum into that TikTok, and did a very good job of it.
Yeah, I like how he's moving quickly. He does have that sense of urgency that we talk often about. He knows that he can't waste any time, and he's looking... Oh no!
Oh no! Just got a bit of a short swing there, going over to the first step of the round the bend obstacle, but he still made it significantly through the obstacle course right there on placement. Still did very well done.
Yeah, he did. Looked like he almost was trying to go a little too quick right there. He didn't get that swing fully developed and wound up a little short of that landing spot. So that's too bad for Riley, but still a good way to start off our male division.
Absolutely. Now, this athlete coming up next, Bodie Snow, got 9th place, I want to say, at the World Championships this year, coming out of Skyhook Ninja Fitness, a very dedicated community they've got there in Oregon, coming along through on this placement course currently with a lot of speed.
Yeah, he really is going fast. He looks like he is gunning for not only a buzzer, but first place.
Ooh, the TikTok comes back to his favor. There we go. He kicked it away temporarily, but it came back due to his timing of it all. Taking a bit of time. Yes, lovely stuff from Bodie. Coming along through just over 10 seconds as he comes on into around the bend. He's got to come up to the bar now. Set himself up for the scheme lift. There he goes. First place.
Yeah,
that's another one. We've seen basically all of our divisions have a clear on the second runner.
Yeah, that was incredible. He did such a good job. He had a little slip up on the TikTok there early on, but he regrouped and he made that look easy.
That was effortless right there from our boy Bodie. Very, very well done there. All of our athletes coming up are really going to want to emulate a performance like that. And our next athlete on the course is going to be Bryce Sanger, coming out of Traverse Fitness in Richmond, California.
Yeah, and when you see a competitor put in a run like that, it helps your confidence. You know what's possible, but then you also know how much faster you're going to have to go.
Here he goes, Sonic Curve. Ooh, a very early dismount, but he still makes it. Bryce coming out of Traverse. Here he moves through. Nice quick match onto that disc. And is now going to start with the technique on the TikTok. Doing okay. Needs one more backswing to try and gather enough momentum, though.
Yeah, actually, I think he might have been able to go on that first swing, but just took an extra one to make sure. But I really like just how aggressive he's...
Oh, wow. Yes, there we go. I have been waiting for that send all weekend. Someone finally skipping the last frame of that swinging bar, and he makes it. And I think that really got him in there. I think he wouldn't have made it if he didn't make that skip. Bryce coming in with the clutch.
Yeah, that was a great performance all around. Had a few hiccups here and there, but he did so good in recovering and such big aggressive moves. That was a beautiful, beautiful sight.
That was brilliant. We could see the celebration as soon as he hit the buzzer. He was very happy with how that run went. Very well done there. Right then, we have 6 more competitors left coming through onto the Life Force placement course. The first of which being Lathan Sturts. Ooh, very fast, very speedy, coming out onto the Sonic Curve right here. We can see him, Travis, moving along through with a lot of speed so far.
Yeah, he's had a lot of really strong competitors to watch already. Oh, it looks like he's a little confused on where he's supposed to go. That is a big time killer. Again, gotta know those types of things when you start the course.
He's got all right technique so far, though. You could see him trying to conserve a lot of moves here, but that time is really ticking on. Time's ticking here. Really gonna have to put his speed to good use. Make it to the buzzer in 10 seconds. It's not impossible, but it's looking a little less possible.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Had a good save there on that first step, but he's gonna try and speed along, and his time is gonna run out right before the final obstacle, sliding into home. He's gonna go home in third place currently. Still very solid.
Yeah, Lathan did a really good job. We said it all morning long or all day long so far. If you take extra swings or even extra moments before you go, it's maybe going to be the difference between that buzzer and not. And he got a little confused midway through that course on where he was supposed to go, and that might have been the difference between timing out and hitting the buzzer. But still, he did a good job. He's in a good place right now.
Absolutely. Very well done to Lathan right there. We have 5 more competitors who are going to be coming along through in just a moment for the teen male division on the placement course. Another Traverse Fitness representative is going to be Ben Rabinovich, I think it is. Here goes Ben. Very fast, very speedy, coming through Sonic Curve. He's moving incredibly fast, rocking this course so far.
Yeah, seriously, he is sprinting right now. He definitely did his prep. That is for sure. I love what we're seeing right now from Ben.
Tries to reel it in, keeping hold of that ring there. I like the technique that we're seeing from Ben so far, taking a large jump into the swinging lever, and he's trying to take massive sends with his hands here. Large backswing as he comes onto the final turn.
I don't know. I think he's going to do this, Billy.
Here he goes. One more move down there. No! Just steps out of bounds at the last second, Travis. That was so close.
Oh, he was looking so good. He got a little off on that swing on the bar right before that sliding into home skateboard type obstacle, and it just sent him a little off at an angle to where he missed the landing platform right by the buzzer. It was within reach.
So close. Look at that. Just slowly went out to the side, and that's what ultimately cost him. Let's see that again. Super close. He was right there. No less than 5 feet away from the buzzer. Our fastest non-finisher, though.
Yeah, hopefully he still gets pretty pumped up from that. I'm not sure what gives more motivation going into the challenge course. Going out really early, unexpectedly, or coming so close to hitting the buzzer and having a mistake. So I think he'll be fired up for the challenge course for sure.
All right, here we go. Gabriel Hess coming out of Life Force, a hometown regular out here in Bellingham, Washington. And here he moves 40 seconds off of Sonic Curve, off the wall. Now going to be entering the box here. Nice underbar technique and pulls himself in from the inside of the box. Great save.
Yeah, he's looking really good. That was an incredible save. Ooh. Oh, no.
Yeah, there we go. Reeling it back in.
At first, I wasn't sure if that was some kind of strategy he was trying, but I do think that was a bit of a slip-up. But he's got that home gym advantage right now. He trains here. He's going to be comfortable here. Let's see if he can finish it.
He knows how to utilize his speed. He's getting a lot of airtime. He needs to slide down here. Precisely done. There we go. Gabriel Hess, 42.13 seconds. Our slowest finisher so far, but still top 3.
Yeah, that was great stuff from him. He had that little issue on times ticking, but he was able to gather himself and fix the issue, and he still had a few seconds left. That was brilliant stuff.
Lovely stuff right there, hitting the buzzer in his stride. Love to see these buzzers flooding in now. With 3 more competitors, we have the capability for 6 buzzers in total. Let's see if we can achieve that. We've got Tyson Knutson coming through from Life Force.
Yeah, and at this point of the competition, so many competitors have gone. The remaining runners, they know what they need to do. Hopefully they've been paying attention and can utilize all the education they've seen from other runners.
Here we go. Very fast. Knutson going nuts right here on Sonic Curve. You can see him traveling along through. Gonna take a jump off onto the slider and attack this box right here. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, he really has that speed going right now. I like when I see some of the competitors use the ring right there to their advantage to try to help get that swing, Billy.
Yeah, you can see him moving along here. 18 seconds as he enters the crisscross laches. Tyson gonna take a massive send, possibly? No, gonna take the standard approach, and with 10 seconds left, he's gonna come on the final line.
Yeah, he's going to have to be super fast right here, Billy. I don't know if he can do it.
Oh no, the slip at the very end. Oh man, that was really close. Tyson gonna put him into 5th place.
Yeah, that was still really, really good work from Tyson. He got that balance a little off on the last sliding into home. We've seen some athletes do that all weekend long. You really have to have your weight just right, and he was a little leaning back there. He was so close again. He was within reaching distance of the buzzer. He's going to be bummed by that, but still a good performance from Tyson.
That's going to put him into 5th place so far. 2 more athletes left to go. The first of which is going to be Atlas Leco, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your guess there. I'm not sure, but Atlas looks ready to go.
Here he goes. Very long competitor as well. Very tall, able to utilize his body awareness very well so far coming into this placement course. Already pretty good coming into the box.
You want to see extra swings like that be avoided for sure. Already, I don't know if he's going to have enough time to hit that buzzer, but we'll see if he can make up some time on the second half of this course.
You can see him here. Time really starting to tick here. Nearly 10 seconds left as he's coming into the 3rd to last obstacle here. Gonna try his best to link on through, but he's gonna try and get to the end of the crisscross laches. One-handed effort, but the foot tap is gonna count him out there.
Yeah, he was looking good. He did have some extra swings on a few different obstacles there, which, as we've seen already, you can't do that if you want to have enough time on the clock to hit the buzzer. But he still kept fighting, kept persevering, but he did wind up running out of time and touched that foot on the ground.
Now, Atlas is in last place currently, meaning he has the capability to be running first for the teen male division when the challenge course comes around. We have 1 more competitor left, that being Henry Slasinger out here, coming out of Bellingham, Washington, age 13, has competed 4 times throughout the season. Henry is a very skilled competitor, Life Force regular. Let's see how he can fare.
Well, and again, having that home field advantage is really going to help him out. I would imagine a little skip there.
Here he goes, coming along Sonic Curve at the moment. 35 seconds as he's attempting to enter the box currently. We can see him, yes, immediately going through there. Exit the box is now in progress as he tries to reel in the TikTok to conserve some momentum. And he goes, no! Oh no! Really tried to get through it fast there. That's now going to be Henry who's running first on the challenge course. It can really all change just like that.
Yeah, it really can. He was looking good. He just had a moment of indecision right there. He wanted to go immediately for it. We hadn't seen anybody do it like that, and he just wound up falling short. I like the aggressive approach, but unfortunately that did not work. But yeah, you're right. Henry is going to now be our first male runner when we get to the challenge course, which is going to be a challenge, but we've seen athletes all season long come out in the first spot or 2 and completely demolish the course. So he could still get a ticket to the Modus Finals.
Absolutely anything can happen. Here is the teen female leaderboard as well. We're going to have Jordan Robertson, who's going to be going first on the challenge course in due time, and then Savannah's going to be running last. Savannah's going to have the opportunity, as well as the rest of our males too, to look over a few runs before and try and see the grasp of the overall essence and difficulty scaling of this course. But Travis, what do we have looking forward to going into the challenge course? We have a lot to offer.
Yeah, definitely. Even just in this quick placement course, we've seen a lot of skill and a lot of ninja expertise, and we know that that's going to be put on full display in the challenge course, which is a very different style course. It's very long, many more obstacles. It's going to test really every facet of ninja skill, from muscular endurance to continued balance with your feet to big movements, dynamic technical skills. It's going to be a really, really exciting second half of the competition.
Indeed, it will be. We have a lot to look forward to when we get to the challenge course. The business end of the Premier Series qualifier is among us. I'm very excited to see how it's going to go from Billy Dixon and Travis Rose, and we're going to see you guys very shortly. Stay tuned.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck at? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier out here at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington. My name's Billy Dix and I'm joined alongside Travis Rose. And Travis, we just wrapped up our teen, female and male placement course. What do we have to look forward to going into Challenge?
Well, Challenge is such a different style of course. It's much longer, much more difficult. It really taxes you in every way you can imagine. You need to have the speed and the quickness and the agility, but you also need to have incredible muscular endurance and a lot of technique skill. It really is going to test these athletes, how hard they've trained, how much they've prepared. It's going to be a really fun and exciting course to watch.
Indeed, so we've seen these athletes test out their speed and dexterity on the placement course, and we also have Challenge to look forward to in just a moment. 12 obstacles is the length of our Challenge course that we are going to be facing right here today. I believe for the kids Challenge course that you saw earlier this weekend, Travis, it was around 11 obstacles. You have one more added, and the entire first couple of obstacles has been completely changed through. So we're going to be seeing how things are going to be smoothened out, essentially, for the teen females and the teen males when it gets to their runs. The demo is ready. We're going to be cutting to it very shortly, and I'm excited to see how it's going to go for our teens. You can see here a lot of different skills utilized. I can see Jaden Welch, our course designer, on screen testing out a couple of moves out here. Moving along, alternating between one of our preteens, I want to say, from yesterday. You can see him coming through now on the Hammer Time obstacle, utilizing the large airbag from the Life Force gym, which is lovely to see. Spin Hopper is then going to come around and not have a platform underneath and then come through onto the giant barrels. But we then have the second of many boot scoots coming along in this course. Lovely stuff. You can see him moving along straight up that log into high flying laches right here. A lot of power and dexterity needed. Getting onto those cliffs and linking everything we can see here. A lot of opportunities for links and time saves, Travis.
Yeah, definitely. Linking, for those who are unaware, it's when you can go right into the next movement, no extra swings. So those athletes who are good at linking skills, they can definitely make up a lot of time.
You can see here Jaden taking the fancy approach of having to, oh my goodness me, there is a Batarang in play. It was typically a ring, but now there's Bat Tech involved. A lot of technical moves within this Challenge course. And right after we see here on the Cat Grab Cruiser, we're going to move into the second part of it with some Cane Tech moving off of that board and just sliding. A bit of a wipeout there from our tester. We're going to see how things go. We know how it goes, though. But now Bury the Hatchet is going to be next. We have two axes that we're going to be utilizing out here today. Moving on to this first board. Come along through, take the axes and move it in precisely to those hatchets up there. Onto the other board, and then we're going to be utilizing some little bogey placements here with the axes. Move on to a sliding hatchet. That is new. It was typically just a ring, but now it's even more precise. We can see here a lot of power needed. Moving on to the Salmon Slammer. Moving through here, we're going to be utilizing a bit of strength here. The salmon bar is going to go downward, and then we're going to follow it up by going into the salmon ladder a little bit. You can go up as many rungs as possible if you want. It's going to make it easier for you guys to move along onto the skateboard, but it can eat up time, so you got to be careful with time preservation. Moving into the second part of this obstacle, which is going to be going into the box. Coming along here, lovely stuff. Now for the bar hop for the win. This is going to be a difficult one here. Your time is going to be running low, and we're going to be seeing our course tester Jaden come along through. We have a bar spin in play, meaning that one side is thicker on the end, meaning it's the only side that can lock in to that little cradle with a hole at the bottom. Following that, there's going to be a T-ledge slider to the buzzer to end out the challenge course. What's the thoughts, Travis?
Yeah, it looks really easy. Just kidding, Billy. That actually looks so difficult and technical. It really is going to test these athletes to the full. And honestly, there's so many different elements going on in this course. It's kind of hard to even see it just watching the live stream for those who are at home. But these athletes are going to need to know exactly where they're going, what is next, because there's just so much going on in every single obstacle throughout the entirety of this course. This is going to be an incredibly difficult challenge, but I think these teens are up for it.
They definitely are up for it. They already have gotten used to the course run essence out here on the placement course from earlier, and now they're really going to have to utilize their skills on this challenge course at Life Force. They know what they're capable of. They know the pace that they need to go at. You've got to be very efficient throughout this course. It's not like you need to be bolting fast, because the process of these obstacles can be quite monotonous and maybe slow at points and very precise, but it's all about being efficient and managing your time correctly. And the first athlete we're going to see doing that is going to be Jordan Robertson. Now, Jordan was last place on the placement course, so now she's going to be being the first runner on the challenge course, which is going to be interesting to see. How can she set the standard coming out of Fit Set Ninja? She's going to be moving along through.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge given right off the bat to Jordan. If you remember in the placement course, she got a little confused on what the first obstacle was and disqualified herself. So hopefully she was really paying attention here and knows exactly where the course is.
You can see Jordan moving along through here. She's getting she's getting through this parkour area in a very fast and efficient manner, trying to link as many moves as possible, being overall quite speedy, honestly, at this point in the course. Trying to utilize the cliff ledge to then prop herself up and get ready for the hammer time with 4 minutes remaining on the course overall.
Yeah, what I like right now, you see a lot of confidence from Jordan. Doesn't look like she was affected by the early exit in the placement course. Sometimes people can have a hard time recovering from a disappointing performance, but she looks like that was totally in the past, and she's looking good, right? Whoa!
Oh, takes a bit of a face plant. Moving out of hammer time right there. She's going to have to give it a second try. She had okay momentum, but just lost her grip. Might need to get a tiny bit more momentum if she wants to secure the grip even further, though.
Yeah, I think she either needs a little bit more momentum or just go a little faster with her steps and go for it instead of being a little slow as she was right there. But again, this is the tricky part. When you fall on an obstacle like that, it is a big mental challenge to do it again, but let's see if she can get it right here, Billy.
Trying to gather a lot of momentum to get prepared for the grasp of the blue shelf. Trying her best to prop herself, getting ready for it. Probably one more backswing and then she'll get it. Yes, there we go. Took her a bit of time though, but she makes it through the obstacle. Now moving into spin hopper. She's also locked in a place for the Premier Series finals as well, because there's only 4 athletes in the teen female division, but Jordan's gonna have to take another attempt here. Oh, but slides down the wall in an effort to try the obstacle a second time.
Yeah, and that is again one of the differences with this challenge course. You get the 2 retries, unlike that placement course where one fall and you were done, and she got it.
There we go, but now she has no more retries available, meaning she's got to get through the rest of this course without falling on any obstacles. So here she goes on the giant barrel, stretching across to make sure she's able to get through. Gonna chalk up before the boot scoot. A wise choice, to be honest.
Yeah, and actually that shows a lot of mental alertness. She's on the obstacle, chalking up. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Gonna try her best. Brings down the boot scoot ring, tucks in her body, but not enough. That's gonna be it for her course run. Jordan gonna be down and out on the spin hopper right then. Cleared the spin hopper with around 1 minute and 43 on the clock right there. Very good perseverance on both the hammer time spin hopper, but unfortunately that boot scoot was too much for her.
Yeah, I mean, I think she should still feel really good about that. Like you said, she secured a spot to the Modus finals with that performance. And though she might have wanted to go a little further, I think that was still a really solid first outing on this challenge course from Jordan.
Precisely so. Now then, we have two Canadians, and the only two Canadians left in the competition right here. It's going to be Mackenzie Burwash coming first out of Surrey, British Columbia, age 14. She's getting ready to go. One of the most predominant athletes in the grand scheme of the teen division out here. 4-minute 20 comes along through. Lovely stuff now. She jumps on up to the first of a few bars here. Nice conserving momentum as she goes through here. Gonna gear up an extra big swing to conserve even more momentum as she moves on to this cliff ledge right here. Lovely.
What I really love about this course design is that if you're aggressive enough and skilled enough, you really can link so many obstacles, like you said earlier when we were watching the demo run. And I love that element of Ninja because it really just looks like you're flying. And so these athletes can definitely do that if they are up for it.
Indeed so. You can see Mackenzie right now trying her best to gauge enough swing to jump over to the blue shelf. She's going to try and do it soon, I'd imagine. Yes! Basically walks off of the hammer and is able to utilize her brilliant wingspan in order to move on through. Now, no retries used yet. Going to try her best to move on.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of Mackenzie. I'm wondering if that obstacle intimidated her a little bit. Oh, she went down on that. She's going to have to use a retry, but I think it was maybe intimidating her a little, but she was able to get over that and make it through the obstacle. So that was great to see.
Here she moves. 3-minute. Makes the turnaround. Ooh, very close there, but sticks on. The spin hoppers are really spinning. But she's able to move on through to the giant barrels faster than Jordan to this point, too.
Yeah, I really like her perseverance right now. There have been a couple spots where she almost looks like she's going to go down, but she sticks with it and continues on. So we'll see if she can get past this obstacle, which is where Jordan went out.
Gonna have to tuck up her legs here. Ooh, but the hand placement is gonna do it in. Wait, what? She's fine. There we go. That's okay. She's gonna move on to striding now.
Yeah, I think she was literally just a couple inches away from touching what would be out of bounds. So that was incredible work from Mackenzie.
You can see her utilizing her balance skills in a very good manner. Gonna chalk up to get ready for these laches. A wise decision. 2 minutes and 5 seconds coming into obstacle 7.
Yeah, it looks like she's getting perhaps a little winded right now, Billy. You know she's going to have a lot of strength and stamina left if she wants to go far into this course, but we'll see how she handles this right here.
Here she moves through now, has the bar, a large lache there, utilizing all of her arm's length in order to move up to the top cliff there. Just under 100 seconds now. She's trying to gear up swing to get ready for that bar, but just loses grip on the cliffs as soon as she was about to go. So she's going to give it a second try here.
Yeah, this is going to be definitely a tricky move for all of these athletes. Obviously, the demo runners can make it look so simple sometimes, but when you're actually an athlete up there competing, it can be very different. And so we'll see if Mackenzie can get this on try number 2, but she's going to have to be super fast with her hands and the reach to get this grab. Hopefully she can get it on the second attempt.
Here she goes, has a lot of momentum straight away from the jump onto the bar and carries it all the way up. But now I think she is going to have her energy taxed a little bit now as she tries to move on to the bar but doesn't get enough distance, and that's going to do it incompletely there. Going to put her in first, though, for the time being. Lovely stuff. Very Perseverance-esque run out there, trying her best all the way through. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. She was doing a really, really good job. And when she had issues, she overcame those. In the end, though, it's just, I think she was getting a little tired, honestly, Billy. Right here, she need a lot bigger swing than what she had, but just don't know if she had enough juice left in the tank. But still, really, really good job from Mackenzie.
Absolutely. Now we have 2 more athletes left in the teen female division, the first of which is going to be Rory Raymond. A very decorated ninja, has competed in a lot of competitions throughout her time as a ninja for 2 years, and she's going to be making waves on this challenge course in due time.
Yeah, and again, this is a good spot for Rory. She's seen 2 of the females go already, so she should be able to get an idea of the things that are working technique-wise. So we'll see if she can build on the success of the former runners. She's looking good. Big swing. Oh no! It's a big lâché attempt right there. She came up just short, literally about a half an inch. Now she has to go all the way back to the beginning of that obstacle. Now she is using this retry. If she messes up this time, the course run will be over. So taking a little bit more cautious and conservative approach this time from Rory. That is a wise move. Wow, showing some flexibility there. Very creative way up that wall. Now she's getting ready to get out to this ring and get up to this big hammer time obstacle. And we've seen this be a bit of an intimidating obstacle so far. Right now she's got a very aggressive swing though that looks like it should be no problem. Let's see if she can get after it and just go for it. Oh, no problem whatsoever from Rory. She's getting ready, sizing up where she wants to swing out to. Oh, no problem. Very good. Really good stuff from Rory right now. She's looking very, very poised. Even though she had the one slip up from being a bit too aggressive, she's looking really, really good up to this point.
Absolutely. She's had a solid run so far. Only one retry having to be... Yo! Lost the grip. Probably needs to lock off a bit more on her left hand in order to secure her grip before she goes onto the boot scoop. But Rory Raymond, out of retry, is now going to have to properly move on through this course.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't think she was actually trying to do that one-armed. I kind of would not think so, because that is a very tricky, strength-intensive movement. Whoa!
Here she goes! Oh my, no! Nearly had it! That would have been sick as well! Rory's down and out. Had a very interesting boot scoot technique there. Just kind of put her entire body up as opposed to her waist downward.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I've ever seen quite that sideways technique right there. I'm not sure if that was intentional or unintentional, but she showed a lot of aggressiveness, and that was still a really, really good run from Rory. She too, as the other female competitors, did get far enough, so she also has punched her ticket to the Motus Finals.
As she has. Now we have Savannah Salinas coming along through out of the Ninja Lair in California. She managed to get 31st place, I want to say, at the World Championships this year, coming out of Las Vegas. Now here she is coming along through.
And knowing the competitor that she is, Billy, I'm guessing she's a little frustrated that she did not hit that buzzer in the placement course. She was so close, but fell just short. So I think she's got a lot of fire in her right now, and we're going to see something pretty incredible.
She's going to try her best to gather some momentum on this hammer now. Turning around to try and get ahead on approach to that shelf. Might want to go on this one possibly to save time, and she does that correctly. Very well done. Coming into spin hopper now. Whoa, really close to the edge there, Travis. That could have been close, but
yeah.
Now giant barrels.
Yeah, that was a very good save. It looked like she was going to be too short, like you said, but now let's see if she can get this boot scoot where some others have had issues.
Very nice there. Very smooth boot scoot we're seeing so far from Savannah's very good run. Now, halfway through this course, coming into high flying, this is where it really starts to test the grip. Ooh, and the jumping as well. Savannah's going to have to take another attempt at the fly high lâché. Nearly had it there with her fingertips.
Yeah, she was so close. Sometimes mini tramps can differ from competition to competition. So sometimes you can go down on something you'd think was pretty simple, and not sure if she was expecting it to feel a little different. Oh, great grab.
Doesn't even need to utilize the back cliffs there. Just kind of needed to use the front cliffs in order to get that final lâché there. But she works with it extremely well. Now coming into off the box, the furthest female athlete so far. She's going to be moving along into the ring here. It's going to be a ring for the females and a bat for the males. Let's see if Savannah can get this ring tech on lock, which she nearly had there, but her legs scraped the bottom, so she's going to give it a second try.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with some of these obstacles, that there's so many different elements these athletes have to be focusing on and paying attention to. It's not just about getting this hold into this little specific precise spot, but you also have to have the awareness of, where's my body at? Is it going to touch the ground? Let's see if she can get it. Oh, nice.
Yes, lovely stuff there. Brilliant redemption from Savannah Salinas, but she has used up both her retries now, and she had a nice jump there. Nearly didn't have it, but she's going to move along through just under 2 minutes as she makes the jump over to the door this time. Going to grab the cane and get ready to move up this door now. 1:45. She moves on through, tries to reach out for it as much as possible before the jump, and it's working well for her.
Yeah, she really is looking so poised right now. I love the confidence.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay, there we go.
Very careful there. She had to go to that platform and then the truss. But now this is the long one, Travis. Bury the hatchet is a very, very monotonous obstacle to do, especially if you got to do it one try now. Got to come along through 3 cliffs here and get ready to go for these 2 hatchets now.
Well, and don't forget, Billy, this is getting deep into the course, that maybe a lot of these athletes could do this no problem if it was the first or second obstacle, but we're now deep into this course. You're getting tired, you're getting taxed and fatigued, and yet you still have to be so precise with these hammers. Very, very difficult obstacle.
She's trying her best, has under a minute. Oh, nearly saw, my lord! That's going to be an out, sadly. I can understand the severity of that save, but that was unfortunately out of bounds. That would have been sick if it wasn't out of bounds, and she would have made it there. But, oh, man. Still, really solid run from Savannah Salinas right there. Very solid.
Yeah, she did great. Well deserving of the first place finish. I loved seeing her get this right here on her second try. It was beautiful. Had no issues here with the cane, but then just fell a little short. We were talking about how difficult this Axe Tech obstacle is going to be, but good job. Congratulations to Savannah.
Precisely so. First place for the teen female division. All of these girls have gotten an invite to the Premier Series finals now, and I'm excited to see them back for the Motus finals. Going to be an incredible time for all of them. But now we're going to be turning the attention to the lively lads down in the teen male division now. We've got 9 of them to be showcasing their incredible skills coming up here for the Life Force competition. And I'm excited to see. We have Henry, first off, out here, had a shock fail on the placement course earlier. He was moving very fast up to that point too. So now we're going to see him move along through this challenge course, hopefully with a better sense of urgency and a bit more care.
Yeah, definitely. When you go out sometimes unexpectedly, it can be a great learning lesson if you kind of go over what happened and then move on and get ready for the next competition. So hopefully that's what Henry did, and hopefully he and the rest of the males were paying attention to the females, because even though we didn't have any finishers, there were still some really, really good skills on display from the women. So hopefully these guys can build off what the women had done and can see some buzzers maybe, Billy.
It's definitely possible. I think especially with the tech at the end of the course too, these teen males are really going to have to lock it in here for their overall course result. And I'm excited to see how it's going to go for these guys out here. And we're going to start off with Henry. Doesn't even need to utilize the side wall there. And now he's going to move on through the second half of Walk the Plank. Now coming into the PK flow. Going to take his Lachey tech to the next level. Going to utilize a large skip here. Keep that momentum flowing. Maybe one more backswing. No, he's going to go for the regular route and try and get up this wall yet again.
Yeah, he's looking really good right now. I'm curious to see how he approaches this hammer time obstacle, because it really is a tricky mental obstacle. You got to get that swing right and then have the confidence to go for it. Oh, no issues.
Yes, lovely stuff there from Henry. He's going to move on through 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Moves along down to the step now. 1, 2, 3. Easy stuff on Spin Hopper. Comes into the giant barrels immediately, trying to head into the boot scoot. Needs to reel himself back in though, as he now moves into the boot scoot area of the giant barrels. Needs to tuck his legs upward in order to get the best move possible for Henry. Definitely has the capability to do so, and he can't get it. He has to scrape the floor right there. One more attempt here for Henry.
Yeah, that's what's really tricky with this type of an obstacle. You have to, especially if you're taller like some of these competitors are, you really have to get your body turned upside down so fast, and you have to get your second hand onto the ring really before you can do that. So speed and quickness is so necessary. It's getting a little caught up there. There we go.
Here he goes. Lovely stuff. Henry Slazenger coming through. 3 minutes now. Time is being eaten up. Goes overboard. Too powerful of a boot scoop for him, and he's going to go down. Unfortunate there for Henry. Still very solid up to that point, though, but the boot scoot seemed to be too much for him, sadly.
Yeah, he was looking good. That did just wind up being a little too challenging. It's a very difficult. You have to be able to go so fast with your second hand, getting it on the ring almost while your body's already turning upside down. So very technical. It's kind of deceptively technical, Billy, but still good job starting us off for the males to Henry.
Absolutely brilliant stuff so far from the teen male division. We're going to see more skill coming along through with our remaining 8 runners, the first of which being Atlas Leco, coming through here from Camino Island, Washington. Going to move on through here. Very astonishing pace so far on Walk the Plank. Doesn't want to be wasting any time. Wants a faster time through the grand scheme of this course, but he's not going to achieve that. He's going to try and go back. Not in the best place. Yeah, going to take a tactical retry from the beginning of the course to try his best again on the obstacle.
Yeah, I think, again, we talked about this earlier in the competition, but perhaps maybe just a little bit not prepared as much as he needed to be on exactly the right technique, because we've seen so many runners go through that with no issues. So looked like he took just a little bit different approach that might have been a little better to try something that the other competitors have done, but at least he is recovered and he's looking good right now, Billy.
You can see him moving up here, utilizing the bar to get himself a bit more leverage, which is useful. Now cleared PK Flow onto Hammer Time. He has lost a bit of time from the retry on the first obstacle now, so you might want to try and motor through Hammer Time as fast as he can now.
Yeah, that's always the trick. When you've had a fall and you've wasted some time, to know exactly how much faster you have to go without making a mistake.
Nice job there, coming through on the blue shelf as it swings on down to the spin hopper, coming around town, spinning onto the step, and he's moving along through spin hopper as the steps imply. And now giant barrels followed by the boot scoot. Now the boot scoot has been getting a lot of people recently in this division. Let's see if Atlas can break through it.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how he handles this after we just saw Henry go out. Oh, no problem.
Nice. Had a bit of a sideways approach there, but he controlled it in a way that made him go through the obstacle without a problem, straight through striding as he chalks up, getting ready to go for high flying. A wise decision.
Yeah, definitely. I love seeing an athlete stop to get some chalk instead of just kind of forgetting all about that and winding up losing a grip because of a slippery hand or something like that.
Here he goes, gets on top of the cliff. This is where the chalk is really going to come in handy here. And he gets that grab onto the Lachey bar. Now needs to go diagonally a bit and get ready. Nice. Conserves a bit of his momentum as well, as he now needs to Lachey into the box right here.
Oh
no, literally. He sticks his foot out and isn't able to go in the box. Gonna have to give it a second try.
Yeah, we talk about this every competition. It seems like, Billy, that when you use one of those retries, as great as they are, if it happens that the fall is at the end of what's kind of a difficult, long obstacle, you have to start at the very beginning, and that is the case right now for Atlas. But hopefully he can get it. He just needs a little bit more aggressive swing as he tries to go up to the box there at the end. Let's see if he can get it.
He got it. He got that first swing there, not a problem. 1 minute 40. Going to utilize the sidebar here and play it a bit more safe as he's trying to reel himself into this box. which he gets this time. Very good, but he is out of retries now. Travis got to move through, and the bat is going to be in play instead of the ring. And there's also no nunchuck to help you out to get there. This is brutal now.
Yeah, it definitely looks tricky, especially you get stuck where he is right now. That can be a no man's land type of situation. Hopefully he can recover.
There he goes, hangs onto the bat in the cradle. That is a very, very precise move there. But now he just needs to hook it in. A very small hook there on the bat to try and get it into the apparatus. And he boot scoots with success! And he slips out from underneath him and he's cleared it. That was mesmerizing.
Yeah, that was really, really good. He looked like he was a little unsure exactly how that was going to go, but he did it with brilliance and is looking good right now. Wow.
Oh! Had to hang on with his fingertips. You could see the strain in his hands as he tried his best to hang on, which he has, but his strength must be absolutely drained now, and he can't get the cane move onto the bar. That's going to be it. Well done to Atlas. That was full of surprises, that run was.
Yeah, it really was. He looked very, very good. And honestly, I would just give huge congrats to the strength that he has, because some of those saves are really, really hard to do unless you've got the strength. And so he showed that he did. He unfortunately just ran out of juice at the end.
That incredible skate move was brilliant. I absolutely loved that. That move single-handedly, like, it made my eyes open. I've been commentating for a long time today, and I have been, that was a very entertaining run to say the least. Showcasing his tech moves, but also having the platform almost be a surfboard was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure that was intended, but hey, he made it work and looked really good doing it.
Indeed so. Let's see if Riley Allen Wandel, coming out of Team Traverse in Oakland, California, is going to be able to properly move on through this challenge course with an okay sense of urgency so far. Going through walk the plank, okay pace, as he now moves on to the parkour flow. I think that's what the PK is now. And we're seeing links everywhere very fast. Doesn't even need to turn himself around, just needs to get a bit more height and he's fine with it.
Yeah, he definitely went through the PK flow like the best free runners in the world. He looked very, very solid, very, very fluid. That was a pretty sight to see.
Here he goes, gathering the momentum, ready for the shelf. 3 minutes 50, as he's now trying his best to move on around this tech. Lovely stuff. 1, 2, 3, not a problem on Spin Hopper.
Yeah, but again, now we're at this boot scoop. Oh, right away, no problems.
Oh, yes! Not wasting any time. I think he's picked up on the point that obstacle is where a lot of athletes spend a lot of time getting ready. So he just thought, yeah, I'm just going to go for it straight away. And it's done him well. He's 41 seconds ahead of Atlas to this point, mate.
Yeah, he's got a great course time going right now. Oh, look at that linking, so pretty.
Absolutely loving this so far. Not a blemish to be seen on this run so far. Going to chalk up. This is where I think a lot of our athletes are going to become unstuck here. Their turnarounds must be brilliant on the off-the-box obstacle here. A lot of tech needed. And oh, barely holds on there to the bat. And he's going to make the turnaround and get prepared for another boot scoot here, which he gets successfully. Look at that. Lovely stuff there. Now the cat grab cruiser is going to come on through, unlocks it from its lock, and now needs to get the correct diagonal laches almost, as he then takes on the jump to the cat grab again, and now some cane tech.
Yeah, and it looks like Riley's maybe starting to breathe a little heavy, but for the most part, he's making this look really easy, Billy.
2 minutes 15. It is a very easy task for Riley so far. Hopefully that trend continues with the rest of these obstacles, but he is starting to look a bit pumped here, starting to take some heavy breaths, maybe shake out a bit more, chalk up, coming in to bury the hatchet. A long challenge this one is. Let's see if he can fare it.
And again, so far today, we have not seen any competitor get past this point right here. So he's kind of in uncharted territories right now. Let's see if Riley can get this right here. This is pretty technical, pretty tricky right here.
Gonna carry through these hatchets. Gets, ooh, the pullback. Yes, locks it in on that hold there, and now slides down on the axe, keeping that tech in play. Expertise coming through here on Bury the Hatchet. Now, a minute 25 for these last two obstacles isn't impossible, but he really needs to motor through the Salmon Slammer if he wants a chance at a buzzer.
Yeah, I agree. And you see him shaking out his hands right there. You know he's starting to get tired. He's going to need every ounce of that strength, and he does need to get going if he wants to have enough time. Let's see if he can do it.
Oh! That was so close. He went for a cross grip there, which actually is a very smart decision, but he just peeled out on impact. He's really got to lock in for the grip here. He knows what it feels like. Can he make it this time? Yeah, no, he can't. The backhand can't grip on. Riley is down and out on the salmon slider. But Travis, that was a masterpiece.
Yeah, that was really, really a great run. He was making everything look so easy. I was so impressed with that. And again, he was only our third runner, and yet he was very close to potentially clearing that whole course, which still goes to show that we might see somebody, or maybe multiple people, hit that buzzer. And this is good stuff.
That cliff really, really needs some work there for all of these athletes. That could be another crux in the grand scheme of things, and I'm excited to see who could possibly get there next. We have 6 more athletes left to go. Lathan Sturts is going to be first up, coming out of Buckley, Washington, age 13. We're going to be seeing if he's going to be the next competitor to break through the string of obstacle completions, and let's see if we can get a buzzer out of these next 6 competitors.
Yeah, but we've said it already. This course is very difficult and very taxing, very long. And as we've seen, these competitors who go deep into the course, you're starting to get really tired. You're breathing hard. You've got your arms starting to burn. And then you have these obstacles like Bury the Hatchet in the Salmon Slammer. And it's just so hard to do those when you're fresh, but to do them near the end, very, very tall order. But I want to believe, Billy, that some of these male competitors left are still up for the challenge.
They will definitely be up to the challenge. Their Life Force run here is a very telling prospect of how they are as athletes in their overall ninja careers at this point. But you can also look at it not like that as well. The overall progression of their journey as ninjas has accumulated to them being at the Premier Series at one of the greatest Ninja Warrior gyms in the world. Lathan being one of those athletes here who we're going to be seeing come up very shortly.
Yeah, I definitely hope Lathan's been paying attention, because especially after that last run from Riley, he's got a lot of great examples of what seems to be working well on the course. So hopefully he can just use that to his advantage and know exactly how to attack this course and do some stuff we haven't seen up to this point.
Absolutely. I do wholeheartedly think this course can be cleared by any of these guys coming up. Lathan is going to be coming through here very shortly, just getting ready to go on this challenge course right here. And we're going to be seeing how we move on through the challenge course. But Travis, it's been a very entertaining competition so far. We have only one more division to come after this, the Elites. And I'm excited to see how they fare on the Life Force course like this. But regardless, the teens absolutely crushing it. We're going to see the Elites at 6 p.m. shortly, but the teens doing very well so far.
Yeah, the teens are doing great. That Elite division, though, for Ninja fans, you don't want to miss that, because I can only imagine how some of those athletes are going to attack this course. And I'm sure there will be even a few more variations, perhaps, to make it even a little more tricky for that Elite division. But I would imagine you're going to see some high-flying ninja awesomeness with the Elite division.
Absolutely. Here is Lathan right here, right now, coming out of Buckley, Washington. He's getting ready to go on this course here at Washington, coming out of Life Force as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to go. I'm not sure exactly what the holdup has been, and it seems like every weekend there are a moment or two when a competitor seems to get a bit iced, and I know what that's like from firsthand experience many a time. But He's going now. Let's see how he gets it.
Moving along this obstacle. Very nice so far. Overwalked the plank. Now onto the PK flow up here. Very dynamic Link so far. He's going to conserve his momentum for a massive send. Going through onto these bars now. Onto the cliff. And is now going to move on upward to get ready for the hammer time with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, he's looking good right now. Looks calm. Looks confident. Looks like he properly thought it through how he was going to go about this. Let's see how he gets this. Whoa!
Nice. That was very scary right there. The hammer almost came out from underneath him backwards, and he really had to dig in deep with his fingertips, and he did that very well. And he also landed onto that quad very well as he moved through Spin Hopper.
Yeah, I thought he was maybe going to land off of that first step, but good save. And now let's see if he can get this boot scoot as easy as our last competitor, Riley, did. No problems.
And it seems like he matched that essence as well. You can see 3 minute 15 on his clock so far. No! That's going to be a fail on the striding obstacle. They're going to have to take it a second time right now. Almost had it at the very end. Can't go underneath that platform after the log. So now he's going to get himself ready for this log again. Two-stepping it to success.
Yeah, that's always hard when you fall on a balance obstacle like that. Having to get back up and try it again, it can be a big mental challenge, but no issues for Lathan Sturts.
Gonna take a massive jump up here, getting a lot of momentum from the leap off of the truss there and lands onto the cliffhanger with relative ease. And now forces himself into that next bar with a lot of power and keeping that momentum flurrying throughout each of those bars, accumulating in him and going onto off the box now.
Yeah, I love the power that he had as he entered that box. Had so much swing, he almost went out the other side, it looked like. But definitely looks like he's catching his breath a little bit, so we'll see how much his stamina is taking a hit right now.
You can see him trying to move through onto the bat right there. And that's going to be a retry. His knee hit the log, it looks like, and you can't hit the log on the edge of the box right there, so he's really going to have to be careful with where his body is placed.
Yeah, and this is where the pressure really gets put on these athletes when they've used a retry and they know that if they do not get it on this second try, they are done. So hopefully Lathan can get it.
Here he goes, going to give it a second try. Had a lot of momentum that time and makes it now. Here he goes, going to be shifting underneath the bat while keeping balance up in the sky as he slowly but carefully makes his way through. Got to get that boost scoop, but it tips the edge. The bat. Oh, that must feel bad. Lathan almost had it there, Travis. That was so close. You could see it.
Yeah, he was so close. It looked like maybe he was already trying to get his body turned a little bit upside down before securing the bat in the hold, which was probably what was needed first. But very, very good effort out of Lathan. He really did some good stuff right there.
That was super, super close there. I am not a fan of that obstacle now. It looks like you really need to get this. You need to get like a specific amount of height and distance, and it can't really be adjusted because of how small the landing is from the bat to the cradle that it must be at. So Lathan Sturts is sitting in third place, and we have 5 more runners, and in only a couple of runs, we're gonna start to see who is going to be able to go to the Motus Finals in the teen male division from Lifeforce.
Yeah, definitely. As we come into these last competitors, this is why it's so important to have a better spot in the placement course so you can be one of the last runners, so you can really see how far you need to go to get one of the final spots.
4 minutes, 20 seconds as he takes a very large leap there on those bars. Tyson Knutson coming through now. Going to be moving along through. 4 minutes, 6 seconds as he comes on to hammer time. Nice stuff so far from Tyson. Trying to gather up a bit of momentum now, though, to make sure that he can fully grab onto that blue shelf. I think he should have enough by now, because he can just hop off of it. Nice. You can see these teens starting to get a bit more taller than the other divisions that we've seen earlier on in the weekend, so they're able to make that jump with relative ease now.
Yeah, I think that hammer time obstacle is a bit deceptive because we've seen several of these competitors get this really massive swing when they really actually don't need much swing at all, especially if they're tall like Tyson is.
Indeed so. He's using that length, though, to reach up to that boot scoop, but he's got to be careful with his lower body reaching the floor. As we can see, 3 minutes 13 as he Oh, that was perfectly done there. He didn't really need to jump off of it. He just kind of reached out and let go of the ring, and he's fine on balance, too. Now here he comes into high flying, probably going to chalk up and get ready. He knows there's a long grip gauntlet on its way.
Yeah, but he definitely has the height, like you said, Billy. So I think that could really make some of these lache linking movements very effortless for him.
Here he goes, gets onto those cliffs and links straight on through twice there. That requires a lot of precision, especially with smaller landing areas too. So now off the box is going to be in progress. Tyson in third.
Yeah, similar to what we saw from Lathan, looks like he's starting to breathe a little heavy, had his hands on his knees there. So we'll see how his endurance holds up right here, Billy.
You can see Tyson now coming along through. I think the corral, oh, that was really close. You could see him nearly fall out, but really had to utilize the bat strength that he was able to get there. Nice technique turning around to get a more head-on approach to the cradle. He just needs to eject it and then go, tuck in his legs, and that was textbook right there, Travis. Our fastest challenger to this point.
Yeah, that looked just specifically just precise, everything just exactly how you want to see it. So great job to Tyson.
Here we go, fastest athlete to this point by 1 minute and 3 seconds as well. So he's moving very fast now. You can see he's really trying to lock it in here. Nice, lovely stuff there from Tyson as he now tries to shimmy it through the track, get over this little hook. Yes, lovely. Now coming into the longest obstacle on the course, bury the hatchet.
Yeah, he's looking good, but again, that clock is definitely ticking down, and we know that this bury the hatchet is very technical, very long, so he's gonna have to get it going, I think, if he wants to try to get past at least 1 or 2 more obstacles, but obviously he doesn't want to rush himself and make a silly mistake, so maybe he knows better than I do with taking that rest there.
Now then, here he goes. Bury the hatchet is going to be completed. Hopefully, 50 seconds on the clock, though. He is running out of time. Maybe to just try and get one of those higher placements on the leaderboard, maybe just clearing this obstacle could be enough.
Yeah, it very well could be, Billy. But let's see if he can get this. It's really this. Oh, nice. Very precise movements and placements with those hatchets are required on this. But the most tricky part is coming right here.
Here he moves 2 minutes. No, not 2 minutes, 20 seconds. There we go. As he moves along through, tries to get that axe into the hatchet. Yes, lovely stuff as he slides on down. It's always a really scary one. We have to slide it down on a very precise move there. Tyson Knutson getting to the Salmon Slammer, but 5 seconds left. He's just going to have to send it.
Yeah, he definitely...
And he runs out of time there. Oh, super, super close there from Tyson there, Travis.
Yeah, that was a great, great effort. Obviously, we knew he was not going to be able to make it through the Salmon Slammer there with just under 10 seconds left. But great, great job so far from him. He was definitely showing a lot of grit and a lot of perseverance. And some obstacles that have been really troublesome for others, he made it through very easy. I especially loved his bury the hatchet technique. That's a very tricky obstacle, but he made it look like nothing.
Absolutely. He really persevered throughout there. Didn't really use any retries. He was also very, very efficient, but not efficient enough to make it through the entire course. Really goes to show how demanding this course is.
Yeah, these last 4 runners that we have, I hope that they really, again, have just been paying attention to what the runners who've already gone have done, and that they can just really put it all together. And I just want to see somebody hit the buzzer, Billy.
It's right there, and it can really happen with any of the athletes left here. Ben being one of them. From Ben's run onward, we're going to start to see a couple of people get locked in for the Motus Finals, and Ben's linking. He wants one of those placements.
Yeah, and if you remember from the placement course, Ben was flying, going so quick, and he is not disappointing right now. I think this could be potentially first place so far.
Oh, yes, he's really moving fast here. The underbars and everything are just really efficient out of Ben right now. Yes, lovely boot scoot as well there from the giant barrels, and now comes along striding straight through the log there. Doesn't bother to chalk up. Oh, yes, he does. There we go. Coming into high flying now.
It's kind of surprising me. He's skipping the trampoline, going right from the truss. That was great.
Here he goes. Nice stuff here on high flying. Lovely links. Looks back and comes on through onto off the box now. I think the best technique on this obstacle is to enter the disc with a lock off to have a bit more control and height going into the disc if you leave it immediately. But that also works, trying to get an even grab on the disc.
Yeah, I loved what we saw right there. Oh, beautiful technique right there. But yeah, instead of continuing to spin around on that. Oh, no!
Didn't get enough room on the board there. We could see he tried to scurry upward of it very fast, but I don't think he did it early enough. I think it's best for him to store that energy early in the obstacle like he is now to then go up to that pipe. Lovely.
Yeah, it looked like he was really shocked that he didn't get that grab. I think we were too, but he recovered nicely and he's still looking really strong. Got a lot of time left, Billy.
Now we can see him. Oh my goodness, yeah, 2 minutes 35, 20 seconds ahead of the fastest point now. We're going to see 2 minutes 30 now as he comes on to bury the hatchet.
Yeah, I would say he still looks really strong. Maybe starting to breathe a little heavy, but I think he's got a lot of gas left in the tank, Billy. Oh, good save.
Here we go. 2 minute 10 is he's going to try his best to move on through these hatchets now. It's really scary when you're up this high in the gym and you're sliding downward through at high speeds, but he's not afraid. He's linking stuff and trying to conserve momentum throughout.
Well, yeah, so definitely that puts him in first place so far. Still a minute 50 left. It is wise to get a little bit of a rest here because you need all the strength you can muster, but at the same time, you don't have a lot of time to waste because this obstacle takes a while, and then you still have bar hop for the win remaining.
He has a lot of time left though, so if he's able to make it through the Salmon Slammer at an okay pace, he should be alright.
Oh!
Ooh, hold on, we saw a flap open just there. So that means that these guys are pretty much on their front swing on impact on those cliffs. They are pretty much going to have to immediately go to the back ledge to hold on.
Yeah, that was very unexpected. I was not aware of that part of this obstacle. Oh, hopefully Ben can make the proper adjustments right here and get it on try number 2.
Here he goes, trying to get that bicycle kick technique, a large throw in. Oh, yes, the one-handed save! Look at that!
Wow, that is such impressive strength on full display.
Grips down on impact on the salmon ladder bar as he's now moving on upward to it. But time is ticking. It's around this point in the course where you can really feel every 10th of a second striking down on you. Now he's going to be trying his best to get some momentum going into the box, but he doesn't have much of it. He's going to try his best to build some up whilst he can and get into the box with 21 seconds left. Ben has locked himself in for the Motus Finals and is now going to try his best on bar hop for the win.
Seriously, if he goes like right now, it's still possible, Billy. Oh, this is going to be tight.
Here he goes. Gonna keep the bar in there, tries to link the spin, but a move like that doesn't come easy for any athlete. And Ben, that was a warrior run if I've ever seen one.
Now, that was awesome. I loved watching every bit of that, and even seeing his smile on his face at the end. He was just a little bit short from that buzzer, but I think he left everything out there and he tried his best. That was a really, really great performance.
Lovely jubbly. Look at that. Proper good on each of those obstacles right there. You could see him. A great redemption on the cat grab cruiser, and great stuff on the salmon slammer too throughout all of it. And might as well go for the bar hop whilst you can, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, that again is very tricky technical obstacle, and to have that at the very end when you're more or less pumped out, you have no more strength left. That is so hard, and he was still actually pretty close to making that. So great job from Gabriel, well deserving of his current first place, and he definitely has a spot to the Modus Finals in the bag.
Absolutely. Gabriel's going to come on through now on the challenge course, moving along through on the Life Force course right here. A member of the Life Force team as well, coming out of Bellingham, Washington. He is moving so fast, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he really is. He looks like he has been paying attention and taking notes on exactly how he wants to go. Aggressive technique right there.
Yeah, that's a good way of getting momentum fast and powerful as well. We could probably see him get through this just as the 4-minute mark hits through. Literally 1 millisecond away from getting through that course over with under 4 minutes on the clock. And he's really, really fast at the moment right here.
Yeah, I love the technique that we've seen from a lot of people right here on the boot scoot. They don't even get a very big swing, and that seems to be more helpful than not.
Here he goes, 3 minutes 35 as he chalks up and gets ready to go. Onto nice skip. Oh, I liked the idea, trying to link the cliffs.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
actually... Oh my
no!
goodness!
Oh, tried to send it and get a fast time, but it's going to bite back at him. Gabriel really tried his best there onto those cliffs. Oh, man.
Yeah, he was looking so good, so fast and strong. And like you said, he was trying to go for some big moves to get that fast time, and unfortunately fell short twice. I know he was not expecting that. Oh, nice try,
It is
Gabriel.
really hard to try and link a cliff that doesn't have a lip on it. Because, like, that cliff looked to be about 4 or 5 centimeters wide. But, like, oh my, he couldn't get it. There was no lip on it, meaning that it was a lot harder than it could have been. Oh my goodness me. Regardless, that isn't going to get him into the Life Force Finals, but we have 2 more athletes that have the capability to do so. The first of which being Bryce Sanger, coming out of Traverse Fitness in Richmond, California, and he's now moving along through with a very fast pace.
Yeah, and you talk about fast pace. These guys flew through the placement course, so I expect nothing less right here.
You can see him moving through here. A lot of power. Nice skip there. Who needs a cliff ledge when you've got the top of the wall to offer?
Yeah, seriously, I think he's the first competitor in this age group to go right up to the top of the wall there. Very impressive.
Here he goes. Gonna try and get a bit more momentum as he swings on down. Lovely stuff from Bryce so far. As with 3 minutes 50, he's going to go into spin hopper. Lovely technique, very floaty as he was making his way through the air, and now onto the giant barrels.
It looks like he's going a little different than maybe he anticipated there, but no worries. He's still moving strong.
Here he moves. Ooh, that's fine by him. He didn't touch the ground. He didn't get his lower body entirely in the air, but it worked for him. Lovely 3-step technique on the balance there. Now coming to high flying.
Yeah, and again, no problems there. I almost wonder if Gabriel's swing was almost a little too big there. But Bryce,
try his best though.
good. Yeah,
Lovely stuff there. Bryce nearly overshot it and came out the other end of the cube, but he's going to chalk up and get ready to go for the off-the-box bat edition.
Oh, great control right there.
Stuck at the minute. Yeah, he's a bit stationary. He has good control, but he needs to get onto the outside of the box pretty soon, which he does. Lovely. Here he moves now, 2 minute 35 as he locks his legs up in the air and gets it. No retries used yet. He's on a solid pace right now coming into Cat Grab Cruiser.
Yeah, he's looking really good. I like just he is very efficient with his energy. Oh, nice. Good grab right there.
He understood the physics of that obstacle very well too. Oh no! But couldn't get the cane into the track. He's gonna have to emulate that again.
Yeah, again, this is one of those parts where he has to go back to the beginning of the obstacle. But, oh, let's see. Come on, Bryce.
Here he goes. Over 2 minutes now as he comes onto both those pipes. Tries to link it. And here he goes onto the door again. Now the jump up to the cane lane. Can he bag it in? Here he goes. Trying to get a good grasp and gets it this time. Barely though, as he controls it thoroughly. Coming throughout the rest of it. Gets over the gap and over 100 seconds now as he comes in to bury the hatchet.
Yeah, that was a great save. Very good try on attempt number 2. But as we've seen from some other competitors, he only has about a minute and a half left, and that is not a lot of time for this obstacle. That takes a while, and then several others. So he's going to have to really keep moving.
Here he moves a minute 20 as he comes along in. Lovely stuff there from Bryce Sanger. No, he slips out. Gonna have to give it a second try. Restarting on an obstacle like Bury the Hatchet is no grace whatsoever.
Yeah, that again just shows how tricky this obstacle is, because if you put that hatchet even 1 centimeter off the mark, you are down, just like we saw from Bryce. But hopefully he can get it on try number 2.
Here he moves. Really needs to try and get it through here. A minute to go as he's going to take the backhanded jump. Lovely stuff there from Bryce. Now he needs to move on up and try his best to Gibbon along through, but just loses grip on the backhand. That's it for Bryce. Oh, mate, so close.
Yeah, he was looking good. I'm not sure if his hand slipped or if he was running out of juice there in his grip strength, but still some really, really impressive stuff. Some great skill on display from Bryce, but with that puts him on the bubble, Billy. He's currently in 4th place. So if Bodie Snow, who's coming up next, goes further than Bryce, Bryce will not get that ticket to Modus.
Absolutely. Let's look at what we have now. We've got Ben Riley and Tyson Knutson coming in. Bryce, with that performance, is going to be on the bubble, though. We have got Bodie Snow coming up next, 9th place at the World Championships this year. We're going to see how he can perform on the Life Force Challenge course, the decider for who's going to take the last Motus finalist position in the teen male division.
Yeah, and this is a great spot to be in. He knows exactly what he has to do. Can be a lot of pressure, but it's very helpful to know exactly what is needed to qualify.
Here he moves. Bodie coming out of Skyhook Ninja Fitness is flying right here. Look at his dexterity. Easy stuff. He's just bouncing across the obstacles right now. Bodie about half a second ahead of our fastest time to this point. He's going to try his best to conserve his energy on hammer time now as he pops on through and jumps with ease. Lovely.
Yeah, he made that look so easy, that is for sure, but he really looks like he's dominating this course right now. Looks like it's child's play for him.
Here he goes, 3 minutes 45 as he gets the W on the giant barrels, and he moves on through striding without a problem, being coached by Gavin Wright right now, but he doesn't need his chalk, and he's linking through the cliffs and bars. Oh my gosh.
I almost thought he was going to go right for the box on the first swing there, but probably did the wise thing, take an extra swing. But wow, he's really going fast at this point.
You can see him trying to move through here and reel himself in, gets the even grab on the disc. Very fast right here. Now then, 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Here he comes. Easy boot scoot as he immediately throws himself into Cat Grab Cruiser. You can see nice one-handed approach on that swing over to the next pipe. And now he just needs to... Nice. Doesn't even need to jump up there. Just reaches and slides on through. Gonna try his best to not swing back too much, but gets the redemption on it.
That was super smart technique, using his height to his advantage, not wasting extra energy with a jump up to that cane. Very, very good stuff from Bodhi.
2 minutes and 30 seconds now, as he now has to go through the most precise area of the course so far. As he turns himself around to get ready for the axes. Easy. Now then, the hatchets are going to have to use up in the Life Force heavens out here. Going to need to get a bit of a more solid grab as he comes into it. Sliding down on the precise hold now. And he's going to carry his momentum forward. Easy.
Oh.
Nice one-handed swings on those bars.
Yeah, seriously, he looks like he's got so much strength still, which is very impressive for this deep in the course. But look at that, just under 2 minutes to go, only 2 obstacles left. I don't know, I'm excited right now, Billy.
You can see he's got a bit of time to play around with. He's trying to figure out his technique going into this next obstacle out here at Salmon Slammer. Has a lot of height and he needs it if he wants to get the grab, and he's fine with it. And he links straight away into the salmon bar and doesn't lose his grip. Now he needs to come upward. Nice, skipping a rung as well. These Skyhook Ninja Fitness kids really showing what they're made of now.
Yeah, seriously, this is so impressive what we're watching right now. Bodhi is putting on a clinic right now, Billy.
Yes, there we go, linking the dismount immediately. 53 seconds ahead of Ben to this point. Bodhi Snow is your first place finisher for the teen male division in Life Force's qualifier, and he has a minute to figure out bar hop for the win.
Yeah, obviously he is in a very, very good spot right now, because if he has to take a breather, he definitely can. He even has time if he winds up having to take a retry, but I don't know. He's put in such a good performance so far. Let's see if he can get this right now.
Here he goes. Needs the bar spin here. The tech got to be on point. Oh, nearly had it there. You could see the sides were nearly there. Just a tiny bit uneven. Let's see if he can get it on his second attempt. 37 seconds is enough time for this.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get that, Billy. It almost looked like he may have spun the bar a little further than he needed. I'm not exactly sure, but that was so close. Let's see if he can get it on try number 2.
Here he moves. Nice stuff there. Going to be linking down and out here. 22 seconds. He's trying his best to link this bar. Oh, yes! There we go! That is going to be the success story we need. 13 more seconds now to swing the teal edge down the track and get Bodhi Snow to the buzzer, and that's what's happened!
Yeah, that was incredible. Bodhi Snow, only finisher for the teen age group in the challenge course. What a way to finish this competition, Billy.
That was utter perfection. That is what this course needs for a clear there. You could see he barely even had enough time to get the clear there. He literally had around 8 seconds left on the clock to hit that buzzer. You really need to be perfect throughout this course, and Bodhi demonstrated perfection everywhere. It was brilliant.
Yeah, he is so deserving of that first place. Such an impressive and fun run to watch. That gets me pumped up.
That was absolutely brilliant. The technique everywhere. Look at this. The bar spin was impeccable, mate. And the slide down on the teal edge to the buzzer, iconic from Bodhi Snow. That is the best way possible to finish out our division, with Bodhi Snow being the only clear of the day so far. Love it.
Yeah, that was such an exciting way to finish. But overall, this whole age group has been so fun to watch, Billy. Some really, really great moments out on that course, some impressive and inspiring course runs, and wow, to finish like Bodhi just did, that's awesome.
Absolutely. That's going to put Bodhi, Ben, Riley, and Tyson in the places for the teen male division, going to Motus. Well done to everyone else who also competed today. Let's have a look at the female side of things as well. We had Savannah, Mackenzie, Rory, and Jordan all making their way through to the Motus finals in November. I'm absolutely loving what Life Force has got, and we only have one more division left, which is the Elites after this at 6 p.m. Eastern. Travis, what a competition this has been so far. Only one more division left. How are we feeling about the teens? What have they done to us right here?
Oh, seriously, they have inspired us, because we've seen some awesome, incredible performances, and oh, that's just, you love to see, even when there are some challenges and some issues here and there, how they can on the fly make the proper corrections and persevere, overcome. And whether they hit that buzzer or not, you saw some incredible determination and some great performances. And again, seeing the last runner hit the buzzer, only one for the whole age group, that doesn't get much better than that. So the exciting part is the elites are still to come, and you know they're going to even do some bigger things than what we just saw. So it is definitely one not to be missed.
Absolutely. It's going to be one of my favorite moments of the entire weekend, the whole elite division. Thank you so much, Travis, for wrapping up teens with me out here. It's been a pleasure, as always, to have you on the mic. So from Travis Rosen and Billy Dixon, we will see you later for some more Premier Series action. Stay tuned.